Everything's fine. All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got Alcaraz and Ruud. They're going at it. And we're about to start watching Rybakina versus Cartel. Now, Rybakina's match is starting a little bit earlier because the last match ended very abruptly. But, yeah, Rybakina, Cartel, winner plays Pegula. So that'll be interesting. We've already got Swiatek Svitolina in the quarters. So, yeah. That's where we are. That's what is going on right now. Okay. Yeah, Ruud is serving to stay in the match again. Let's see if he can. I hope Elena will win this match. Yeah, well, we will see. She should win this match. I mean, she should. She's a very heavy favorite. Yeah. She should win this match. All right, back to Ruud. Ruud is going to serve to get to a tiebreak. I'm starting a curse counter. There's no such thing. No curses. What are you talking about, curse? 400 backhand rally. Alcaraz in the net. It's 15. Love. By the way, it is interesting. I do, and look, as a tennis stats fan, it is interesting to see how like these stats really do tell what's going on in the match. You know, how players are playing, you know, at what particular time. It's very, very fun to have a look as Alcaraz gets to the 15-all with a backhand winner. It is very fun to just see what the what is going on from a detailed statistical point of view. Look, Chad, I'm a fan of a table and a graph and a who doesn't maybe in another life I'd be a PowerPoint presentator, present. I don't know. Anyways, Ruud with a volley. Puts it away. It's 30-15. Is it because of a curse you don't want to watch Aussie players? No. I don't watch Aussie players because it hurts my feelings. I'm just trying to protect myself from getting hurt again. $30-15. As with a 4-1 winner by Ruud. 40-15. Ruud to take us to a tiebreak. Crowd wants another set. Yep. So far it's been straight sets. All day. 40-15. As a return goes the backhand of Ruud. And the backhand from Alcaraz to the slice of Ruud. Ruud hits wide. 40-30. All right. Rybakina with the first point. Love 15. Cam always wants another set. Always. Always. 3 sets are the best. All right. 40-30, Ruud to try and take us to this tiebreak. As the return goes the backhand of Ruud into the front of Alcaraz. Ruud Forehand again to the front of Alcaraz. Ruud. Forehand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Good pick up, but it's in the net. And Ruud gets to the tiebreak. Who's winning it, chat? Crowd go wild. They want a comeback. Or at least they want a competitive match. 30-15 for Cartel. As she hits a winner and it's 40-15. All right, here we go. Who's winning the tiebreak, chat? Let me know who you got. Can Ruud force it to a third? Alcaraz was 2 points away from winning the match as he serves an ace to start. 1-love. By the way, Cartel, she was a unseeded player coming through Tararudi, Navarro, and also Keys. She beat Keys and Navarro in 3 sets. So very, very good wins there. And Rybakina went through Baptiste and Kostruk to get here in this one. They've never played before, as far as I know. Maybe they have played. They've never played. First time meeting. All right, 1-love, Alcaraz. As Ruud backhand to the backhand of Alcaraz, Ruud with a slice into the front of Alcaraz. He crushes it into the front of Ruud, and Ruud overhits it. 2-love. 2-love. Do you think they'll ever bring back 5-set finals at 1000s? No. Players wouldn't want it, so no. I don't think they will. Cartel holds 1-love. All right, first serve is a fault by Ruud. Is a fault? No, let for Ruud. 2-love Alcaraz. Alcaraz serves again. Sorry, Ruud serves again in the front of Alcaraz. Ruud to the backhand of Carlos. Ruud with the backhand in the front of Alcaraz. Ruud backhand again. Alcaraz volleys. Ruud backhand pass is a lob. Alcaraz with a smash. Puts it away. 3-love Alcaraz. By the way, chat, just for comparison, Alcaraz is playing currently at a 9.5 performance rating. Yesterday, we had Sinner and Fonseca. And their performance ratings were also in the 9s. Which were just incredible numbers from all. Sorry, they weren't. They were in the high 8s. They were in the 9s at times, but they're in the high 8s. So, again, if we're talking about who's the most dominant player at this tournament, I mean, obviously it's Alcaraz. 4-love. And if you didn't know that, then maybe haven't been here yet this week, but Alcaraz is kind of really good right now. So a 9.5. Again, like Alcaraz has been... and Ruud's dropped off in the last couple of games. It's a bit of a shame. In the middle of that set, he was actually pretty competitive, but now he's dropped. Oh, and Alcaraz hits a forehand in the net. That was one of the worst errors he's hit. That was an easy winner for him. Missed. 4-1, Ruud gets on the board. But yeah, Alcaraz is just crushing it in 2026. Somebody said earlier, is Alcaraz unbeatable? Yes. Yes. Right now, yes. Could somebody beat him? Of course. Nobody's 100% going to win everything all the time. Nobody's done that yet. Right now, though, unbeatable? Yes. Until somebody beats him, he's unbeatable. 4-1. As at a backhand from Ruud. Alcaraz gets it back. Ruud goes to the slice of Alcaraz. Down the line of the forehand of Ruud as Alcaraz forehand up the line again. Comes to the net with a volley. Ruud with a pass. Alcaraz with the backhand volley. Ruud with a smash in the net. Opportunity for Ruud to hit a ridiculous shot, but he didn't take it. And Alcaraz shakes the fist. 5-1, they change ends. All right, 5-1. Sinner can surely beat him here. If you put yesterday's Sinner against this Alcaraz, Alcaraz wins. Because the thing is, if Fonseca can almost... If Fonseca can play like Alcaraz and just lose to Sinner, then the real thing is going to beat Sinner. Like, you know what I'm... Like, that's... If we're basing it off yesterday, if that's... And yesterday's Sinner was very good. Like, that was a very good... Like, Sinner played very well, considering he was getting absolutely, like, attacked from all sides. But Alcaraz is a better version of Fonseca. So if Fonseca can almost do it, it's Alcaraz at the back end, win it down the line, and he brings up match points. If Fonseca can play a ridiculous level and almost beat Sinner, Alcaraz can play a ridiculous level and beat Sinner. So, yeah, if Sinner versus Alcaraz, Alcaraz is the favorite. And probably, if he plays like this, should win. Match points, Alcaraz. He's got 5 of them. You're saying Fonseca's bad. No, I'm saying Fonseca's not as good as Alcaraz. Backhand to backhand rally. As Ruud hits a tweener. Okay. Forehand out from Alcaraz. Ruud with a backhand. Alcaraz comes in with the backhand and overhits it. Okay. 6-2. Ruud gets away with a Kyrgios shot. I mean, that was a Kyrgios level shot. I mean, that Ruud's probably thinking, I'm not going to win this, so I'm just going to hit tweener. And it worked. Eventually. All right, match point number 2. Serving to the back end of Ruud, backing it from Alcaraz up the line. That's too good. He raises his fists. And he's just too good. Too good for Casper Ruud. And now he plays Cam Nori. Ooh. By the way, chat, I'm looking at Alcaraz's stats here. Okay. Like, it should be illegal to play this good. All right, 30-40, Rybakina with a chance to break all of a sudden. We'll go through the stats of Alcaraz and then we'll merge the streams. Break point, Rybakina, 30-40. Cartel serves. To the back of Rybakina, good return, the back of Cartel, Rybakina forehand. Into the forehand of Cartel. Cartel hits it out, 2-1 Rybakina. She gets the break. All right, let's go through these stats because Alcaraz was insane. Performance rating of Alcaraz, a 9.5. I don't know if that's the best match he's played this year. I mean, he played... Actually, no, the Feast match might have been higher. Let me double check. The Feast match was maybe higher than that. The Feast match, he was at a 9.7. That's higher than a 9.5. I can do math. Yeah. So it wasn't. It was bloody close though. 8.5 on the serve. 8.5 on the returns. 9.5 on the forehand. The forehand was just delivering. 8.5 on the backhand. Ruud was in this 6.4 on the backhand. That's we know his backhand is the weaker side. 7.8 on the forehand. Could have been better. Serve was good. Not good enough, but good. And then, the serving stats. Alcaraz lost 4 points on his first serve, 7 aces. He lost 9 points on his serve throughout the match. Ruud hit 8 aces, so, he won that battle, I guess. Also didn't face a break point. Alcaraz, no break points faced. And, just too good. For everybody. Ridiculous. And now he plays Cam Nori. But Cam Nori is somebody that makes Alcaraz work. And he does annoy Alcaraz with the style that he plays. So it could be interesting. Drag Alcaraz down a bit. I mean, the last guy to beat Alcaraz that wasn't named Sinner was Nori. So Nori versus Alcaraz rematch from Paris, which was arguably, and I think was, and he said this too, the worst match he played last year. Alcaraz played the worst tennis in that match against Nori in Paris, and he gets a rematch now, and it might be a night session because they'll probably play tomorrow night. So the conditions might favor Nori being the night match, being a bit slower, being a bit grindier, being a bit more of a, less of a high level boxing match and more like a scrap in the mud. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Nori versus Alcaraz looks tomorrow, because Alcaraz will look flawless. But we know Nori is a little bit of a kryptonite when it comes to Alcaraz. He knows how to beat Alcaraz. He knows how to get Alcaraz. For whatever reason. I don't know what it is. He just has this woo over Alcaraz. I don't know what it is. He's just a boogeyman at times. So yeah. So it's going to be really fun to see how that works out. But today, Superman gets the win. Now, jump on over here and watch. We're going to watch this other match with the final match of the fourth round for the ladies between Rybakina and Cartel. Rybakina's already got the break, which is fun. By the way, thank you, Jay, for the $3. For some reason, the alerts are not working properly. So thank you for the 3. LFG Carlos, yes, the dude got it done in 2. Now he plays Nori. Come on, Carlos. Hope he can get revenge on Paris. Thanks, Cam. No worries. Thank you for the 3. But good win by Carlos. Gets it done against Ruud in straight sets. Wasn't easy, though. He did have to work for that second set. But he gets it done into the quarterfinals again. And we'll see him play tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Lock it in. Or tomorrow day. He'll play tomorrow. All right, we're back in a 40-15. She already has the break. And that goes out by Cartel. And we're back in the leads. 4. 3-1. 3-1. Let me just fix the... There we go. All right. 4. 3-1. 3-1. It's 3. 3. 4. 3. 3-1. Three-one with the break. All right. That's Cartel serves, 15 love. The return goes in the net from Rybakina, 30 love. Well, of course, we've got Djokovic coming up in about an hour and a half, so some time to spare. 30 love. All right, 40 love, Cartel. What's up, chat? Thanks for jumping back over. All right, 40 love. There's a bit of fault second serve. Double fault, 40-15. So Alcaraz is going to play Nori. We've got the winner of the match tonight with Draper and Djokovic is going to play Medvedev. So everything's starting to shape up now. 40-15. $40-30. bit of serve in the front of Rybakina. Good return. Cartel backhand to the backhand of Rybakina. Into the front of Cartel. Cartel hits it long, and it's deuce. From 40, love. We get the deuce. And the return goes in the net by... So the return goes in, the forehand goes in the net by Cartel. Rybakina advantage. Advantage. Rybakina to get the double break in this first set. As the return goes short. Oh, and Cartel avoids hitting the net. Just avoids hitting the net, and she gets back to deuce. Oh, we're getting a review. Oh no, this could be bad. We're getting a review. If Cartel's hit the net, this is a double break. Cartel was doing everything to avoid touching the net. Now, if her foot touches the net, if her racket touches anything touches the net, she will lose the point. She's like, come on, I did a great job at not touching the net. You can't do this to me. Do you know how much I sacrificed? Oh, she might have touched the net. Oh, did her shirt touch the net? Does that count? Oh. Her toe doesn't. I think her toes are all right. Oh, does it touch the net? Does her toe touch the net? I think they're seeing if her shirt touched the net. I think her shirt touched the net. They're going to rob her. They're going to rob her if she... come on. She didn't touch the net. Give her a break. It looks like her clothes might have touched the net. They're zoomed in on like the top of the net. Give her a break. She's short. This is bullshit. Oh, it was before the second bounce too. So if it bounces twice, then she could... Come on, she's 5'4". That's not fair. That's not fair. If she was taller, she wouldn't have hit the net. Come on. Boo! Rules are rules. Shut up. Ah, this is bullshit. If she was 5'9", she wouldn't have hit... That wouldn't have been a problem. This is... Come on! Come on! No! Oh, the crowd are booing as well! Boo! The crowd are all booing. Come on, that's so... boo! Like, Rybakina is just like, whatever, but like, that's... that sucks. Come on. Look, the rule was the rule, but also like, come on. Come on. Penalized for being short. That's what that was. Penalized for being 5'4". That's what happened there. She is, if she's 5'9", she doesn't hit the net. Her shirt doesn't touch the net. She was penalized for being 5'4". That's what happened just right there. That's what happened right there. There should be some sort of there should be a tax exemption for short people when it comes to tennis. Oh, she did everything she could, but her shirt just touches the top of the net. Her feet don't touch the net. She did so well not to touch the net. And her shirt just like grazes the top, like over the top of the net. Just slightly grazes the net. That is the unluckiest loss of a break ever. That is so unlucky. That is so unlucky. That's like a net cord that bounces on the net twice and goes over and hits a line. Like, that was brutal. She was already down a break as well. So now it's double break. It's even worse. Brutal. Brutal. I think the umpire called the review. I don't think it was Rybakina. I think the umpire called the review. Or at least the umpire wanted to review. I don't think, maybe it was Rybakina, I'm not sure. Anyways, that was harsh. I think that was harsh. You go look at it for yourself. I feel like that was pretty harsh. The barest of margins. Love 15. It's Cartel forehand in the back of Rybakina. And Rybakina crushes it down the line. 15-all. By the way, if Cartel wasn't wearing like a baggy shirt, she would have got away with it. Like this is how unlucky it was, right? If she's wearing like, you know, like a slightly different shirt, it's Cam is wrong in this one. Bro, I'm not saying that she should, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she didn't lose the point. She definitely touched the net, and that if you touch the net, you lose the point. I'm saying that she got robbed and that was unfair. I'm not saying it was wrong. The call was right. It's just really fucking unfair. Backhand to backhand rally. Bro coming in here accusing me of saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying that the umpire was wrong. I'm saying that the call was right, but it was super unfair and unlucky. Mods, ban everybody who says I'm wrong. Sick of this shit. 30. I only want people agreeing with me in here. There's a positive atmosphere. But I was unlucky. That was super unlucky. Super unlucky. Super unlucky. Anyways, 30-all. She might get the break back, though. Justice. Backhand return. Into the back of her back and a Cartel passing shot winner. 30-40. By the way, Julian, mate, you don't have to recite the rules. You can put the rule book away. Don't have to call the teacher. We don't need any hall monitor activities today, all right? Keep the rule book to yourself. We know the rules. You don't need to recite the rules. Everything's fine. Go hang out with the teacher in the staff lounge, all right? Go hang out with the teachers, all right? Bro coming in here, sitting in the front row being like, miss, can we have homework? All right, we get it. Anyways, Deuce. Julian out here, teacher's pet. You will believe that the rules are. We know the rules. Julian's in the crosshairs. Watch out. Duck! Duck. As Rybakina misses, it's advantage Cartel. Like they really went in and zoomed in on them. I know, right? They were like, look. Disgraceful behavior by the umpire. Talk about hall monitor activity. The umpire's like, well, technically, the breeze touched the net with your shirt. It touched the net with the breeze. Anyways, that goes in the net by Rybakina. Justice! Cartel gets the break back. There is hope in this world. All things are right again. We're back on serve. Restart. It's all right, chat. Everything's all right now. We're back to... everything's fine. It all came back. It's all good. Rybakina felt bad. Even the score. Justice for Cartel. That sounds weird to say out. Don't. Justice for Sonay. That's better. We won't... I don't want anyone thinking that I'm a... Let's not... Let's... Let's use her first name. 4-2. Backhand in the net. 15 love. Cartel with a K. Yes, exactly. Cartel with a K. 15 love. Return goes out by Rybakina, 30 love. All right, 30 love. As a return from Rybakina goes wide, 40 love. $40 love. Serve again from Cartel to go to win a third game and to just keep things close. Serve again. Is it a 4 now from Cartel in the net? $40-15. $40-15. As Rybakina hits it out in the return. All right, Cartel holds. It's 4-3. Rybakina with the one break. Still in her pocket. The British flags are flying. All right. $4-3. 4-3. Also, trainers out for Cartel at the moment. Probably discussing the point that she lost. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear what they're talking about. They're not doing anything. They're just kind of talking. I think maybe she's... It doesn't look like it's an injury more than maybe she's not feeling well. Maybe it's a leg. Yeah, it might be the... Actually, no. Now they're testing out the leg. So she might have something going on with the legs. Now, they're talking about her road to this stage. So Cartel has played 3 matches. She's played 2 3-setters. She beat Navarro and Keys in 3 sets. So she's played a lot of tennis this week. So they're just, maybe feeling a little bit sore after a long week of tennis. Yeah, so they're just testing out. Well, she's just testing her lower back. So maybe it might be thigh, leg, like upper leg. I don't think it's not a medical timeout yet. Just an assessment, and it looks like it might be left leg. And they're back into chilling in the chair. I'm a fan of the qualifier Gibson. Hey, nice. All right, so they're just... Again, I don't think it's a medical timeout yet. I think it's just an assessment. All right, so they're just going to... No medical timeout, just an assessment. But I guess if Cartel needs a timeout, she'll have one at the next change of ends if she wants. So yeah, because I think it's like, and correct me, chat, is it like a 2-minute assessment? They're allowed to have like a 1 or 2 minute assessment so the doctor can figure out what's going on, and then they can have a timeout if they choose. So they're not allowed to do any work. They're not allowed to massage or do anything. Like, it's just like they poke around and they see what's up, and then if they determine what's up is needs treatment, then they give the treatment, right? I don't know if it's 1 minute or 2 minutes, the assessment. It might be 1 minute. Might be a 1 minute assessment. But Cartel wasn't a medical timeout. So she can use a medical timeout if she needs to. So she's still got that available. Oh, the assessment's unlimited time. Okay, so that's even easier then. So yeah, so the assessment is until the doctors figure it out, and then they can go, okay, this is what we think is wrong. Do you want us to treat you? And then the player can say yes or no. And Cartel said no, not right now, maybe at the next change, depending on how it feels. Like maybe she doesn't feel that bad yet. Love 15, by the way. Rybakina forehand. That's a winner. 15-all. 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 As a return from Cartel goes the forehand of Rybakina. Cartel backhand long, and it's 30-15. 30-15. Serve again. As a return goes into the forehand, and Rybakina smacks the winner down the line. 40-15. And we default second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina in the nets. And it's 30. 40-30. All right, 40-30. He's going to forehand now from Rybakina into the backhand of Cartel. Forehand of Rybakina, cross court into the forehand of Cartel. As Rybakina forehand goes wide, and we get to deuce. Chance for Cartel to get a break and get back on serve here. First serve's a fault, second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Rybakina, slice from Cartel. As Rybakina with the forehand, but Cartel's forehand goes long. All right, advantage Rybakina. 7 the forehand of Cartel. Forehand from Rybakina. He's in the net. Back to deuce. Is it windy? Let me check. As we had an ace from Rybakina. Rybakina gets to advantage to go to 5-3. Serve again. And then another ace. All right, too good. Best serve in the world right there. Best server in the world. All right. 5-3 Rybakina. All right, so the weather right now, Indian Wells, it's a little windy. It's not very windy though. I mean, it's been way worse. It's been way worse, but there is a breeze. It's not that bad though. There's been a breeze. As that goes in net by Rybakina, 30 love. By the way, Djokovic starts in an hour. Djokovic, Draper, actually fire. Winner plays Medvedev, actually crazy. 30 love. By the way, Dutchy, have you figured the schedule out yet, or what's going on? Dutchy, Gene, have you done the schedule yet? How's the schedule looking? Have you almost done? I can't remember the schedule last year. If it was, were there 2 night matches last year, or was there only 1? Can't remember. I could probably look it up. All right, 30-15. Cartel comes in with a forehand. Goes cross court, but the lob goes up by Rybakina. And then a bounce smash from Cartel. Too good. 40-15. All right. As Rybakina with a return winner, 40-30. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. As that goes out from Rybakina and Cartel holds. All right, 5-4. And the trainer's back out. And I think they're going to do a medical timeout now. I think. Yeah. Whoops. Whoop. Oh. We'll edit that out. Yep. So it looks like a hip injury for Cartel. All right, medical timeout for Cartel. It looks like a hip. I'm just looking for the schedule for last year. I can't find it. I can't tell. I can't remember. We're back into just talking to the coaches. All right, so last year we had... So I think we only had 1 night match. Oh, maybe they do... Hang on. What time was this match on? So according to last year, so Shelton, Draper quarterfinal, and then we had Djokovic. So then Alcaraz Cerundolo was the night match. They're just working on Cartel's back and hip at the moment. The Medvedev Feast played during the day. Runa Grigspor, did they play during the day? By the time we figure this out, it'll be scheduled to come out anyway. Let's hope that Rybakina will not squander the lead. Yeah. I enjoy your content. Hey, thank you, Madon. Appreciate it. Think it might come out after Nole? No, it'll come after this match, I think. We won't get the schedule as long as matches aren't finished, I believe. No. After this match, they'll get the schedule. Because the women's matches start first tomorrow because they have to, because they have to play the semis on Saturday or Friday. So I think after this match, they will release a schedule. Because Djokovic is going to play tomorrow night against Medvedev or Draper Medvedev tomorrow night. To give the night match 24 hours. To make it fair. But if they've only got one night match, Sinner, Tien, Alcaraz, I mean, Jesus, how are you going to pick those matches? You can only, by the way, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Sinner, one of them has to play on court too. Djokovic is probably going to have to play Medvedev on court too, which is a crime. It should, oh man, how do you put Sinner and Tien on court too though? Yeah, tomorrow's going to be crazy. I don't know how they're going to schedule it. Because you're going to have 2 women's matches on the main court, 2 men's matches, maybe 3 men's matches. Again, I don't know what the schedule was last year. I don't know. You can't have you can have 2 men's matches at night, but I don't know if they did that last year. Anyways, Rybakina serving to take the set. It's 15-0. As we'll find out down the line is out by Rybakina, 15-30. So I think tomorrow it'll be WTA, ATP, and then at the night match it might be ATP doubles or it'll be ATP. I can't remember, and I'm looking for the schedule from last year. I'll find it. All right, 30-0, good serve, Rybakina. I'll find it. All right, 30-0. As we default second serve. As we default forehand rally. And that forehand goes wide by Cartel. And we got a set point for Rybakina. All right, as we default second serve. (40-30). As that goes out by Cartel. And it's Rybakina taking the first set 6-4. All right. Cartel's still getting some work done on her leg. I think it is a hip issue on the left hip. Gotta find this fucking schedule. Where's the schedule? Oh, don't tell me it came out. Oh, no, it's good. I'm too busy scrolling. Let me scroll. I'm trying to find this schedule. By the way, Cartel is not looking overly impressed with what's with the treatment. She's not she's not angry at the doctor. She's just not happy with what she's having to deal with, which seems like a lot of pain, or a bit of pain in that hip. All right. And Cartel's going to serve first in this second set. Hopefully we don't. We've only had one retirement today, so we don't need another one. All right, here we go. Oh my God! Where's the schedule? I can't find the schedule. That's all right. We're just gonna have to wait. No, that's all right, Dutchie. The schedule will come out after this set, I'm sure. I just got to make sure I screenshot it so then I remember next year how they schedule matches at the quarterfinal stage. I probably could check out the website where the tickets will be selling, right? Maybe the website will tell me. So if I want to buy a ticket for the luxury suite, full series is $100,000. Yeah, maybe. All right, what about just for the one night? Just for the schedule for tomorrow night? Can I just get the... I want to just watch a night match tomorrow. There is... Oh, it doesn't tell you. Hang on. Stadium 1. 65, starting from $65. That's not bad. For a night match. Tomorrow night match. Why are you verifying if I'm a real fan? I'm right here, aren't I? The hell? Why'd you just put me through? What the hell? 15. Oh, is Cartel hits a winner? 30-15. Beautiful shot. Okay, this is you. It doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me anything. No. We'll just wait. Who is snoring? Is that your dog? Yeah, my dog is passed out. All right. 30-15. As that goes the net by Cartel. 30-0. We do have Djokovic coming up next. All right. 40-30. Good serve by Cartel. You think it'll be after Nole? No, I feel like they... I could... Okay, yeah, maybe. I can see why they would wait after Djokovic. But, I don't know. All right, backhand to backhand rally. Cartel into the backhand of Rybakina. Cartel backhand on the stretch for the slice. As Rybakina forehand cross goes long, and it's... 1-love Cartel. One love. Cartel is mainly friends with other Brits. She and Raducanu go way back to under 11 days. Okay, cool. Rybakina is going to get killed by Pegula playing like this. Hey, Weston's here, everybody. Welcome back, Weston. I didn't see you there. Hey, look. Pegula will be a much bigger challenge. So if if Rybakina is struggling against Cartel, you're right. Pegula is not going to. It's going to be way harder against Pegula. Is this funny? I didn't see you there. I forgot that we're watching Rybakina. Nice shot from Rybakina. By the way, Weston, are you Vukov in disguise? I don't know. All right, 15 love. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. $30 love. He is there, but I don't know. He could be on his phone. I don't know. $30 love. There's a bit of fault by Rybakina. Second serve. All right, 30 love as the return goes in the back of Rybakina. Forehand from Cartel. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Cartel forehand again to the forehand of Rybakina, who smokes it down the line. All right, 40 love. 40 love. That's a bit of fault, second serve. As the backhand return goes the backhand Rybakina. Backhand now from Cartel is a winner down the line, 40-15. 40-15. $40-15. As we get a forehand rally. But Rybakina's forehand goes wide. 40-30. 40-30. $40-30. As Cartel puts up a lob, Rybakina runs backwards, hits a forehand. But the forehand goes long and it's deuce. Now we get the deuce. All right, as we define now from Rybakina. Oh, Cartel almost hits it with her head. Okay, she gets it, but it hits the net. At its advantage, Rybakina. She almost headbutt that one. Serve again. Advantage Rybakina. Good serve down the tee. Cartel hits it wide. All right. 1-1 in the second. Winner of this play is Pegula. Quick question. If a player wins points at Indian Wells and then skips it next year, will they lose those points? Yes. But if they're injured for a certain period of time, it won't matter if they lose those points. But if they just go, I'm not playing Indian Wells next year, they will lose those points. I don't think there's any exception to that rule. Even if you're injured, you still lose your points. But if you're injured for a certain amount of time, you get a protected ranking. So yeah, so if you don't play the event, you lose the points. Regardless, yeah, you can be injured, whatever reason. But like, if you're injured long enough, it doesn't matter if you lose those points because you have that protected ranking. But yeah, the points drop off no matter what. The only exception was during like 2020 season and 21 when they kind of froze the rankings a little bit and they kept the points on. That was a really messy time, obviously. But like for the rankings, it was really, really screwy up because like in 2021, we had like some tournaments. It was like 2 different rankings. It was really weird. Not two different rankings, 2 different tournaments. Like you could have Indian Wells twice on your resume and it was weird. Like, anyways, but yeah, points come off no matter what. But if you're injured for a long period of time, it doesn't really matter because then you get that protected ranking. As long as the protected ranking, as long as it's as long as it is during that time. If you're ranking, because the protected ranking is based on the average of when you got injured to when you come back, when like 6 months or 9 months, one of the two. But yes, if you skip Indian Wells, you lose the points. No exception. First serve, default, second serve. 30-15. As Rybakina misses the return, 40-15. Name is Indian Wells, but okay, I have no idea what you're trying to say. What are you saying? Cartel holds. 2-1, second set. Does Runa have a protected ranking? Yes. Yes. You know what? I'm going to get this. Again, I got to put this on my wall. Okay, so the protected ranking. If a player's been sidelined for at least 6 months, the average of their ranking during that time, during the first 3 months, is what their protected ranking is. And they can enter between 9 and 12 tournaments upon return. So if we're thinking about Runa, right? Now, Runa shouldn't be coming back soon, right? Because his injury Achilles injuries. I saw that Kobe in the NBA came back the quickest from an Achilles, and that was like 280 days, right? I don't know what that is in months, but 280 days. So that's talking 9 months, right? And that's a quick recovery. So like we're talking like 9 to 12 months, right? Usually players come back from Achilles and that's basketball. You can come back and play like 5 minutes and then sit on the bench. Tennis, like if you come back with an Achilles too quick, you're not going to, but you got to come back perfect because it's all on you, right? So Runa won't be back. So when did he get injured? Runa got injured in October, right? So he probably won't be coming back realistically until Wimbledon. Maybe Roland Garros, but again, I think that's pushing it. But yeah, so because his injury is 9 months, let's say it's a 9-month recovery minimum, he will be eligible for a protected ranking because he's not coming back next week, which would have been under 6 months. So yeah, but really, and then when you're talking about this kind of stuff, if somebody is injured, maybe not an Achilles, but let's say somebody's got a leg injury and they've been off the tour for 5 months, coming back 5 months later, unless you're coming back to defend a title or defending a slam or something, it's probably not worth it, right? You'd rather just get the extra month, so that way you at least come in with a protected ranking. Otherwise, unless you've got to defend a slam, and that might be a difference, whatever. But yeah. But anyways, for Rune, yes, you have a protected ranking when he comes back. He'll probably be between. So what's his average ranking in the first 3 months of the injury? So the end of last year, I would say he's probably going to be protected rank of 12 to 15. 40 up, by the way. So his protected ranking will be. So he was 11 when he got injured. And let's say he was, so what's 3 months from October? That's let's just go with end of January. And then he was 15 so 11 to 15. So yeah, his protected ranking will be probably 13, which gets him into all the main events. But he won't be seeded 13. You don't get seeded. It's just an entry. So he won't be seeded 13, but yeah. So yeah, but yeah, realistically, he'll come back with a protected ranking, but I don't think he should, if he's going to come back after Wimbledon on the clay. I think that would be the best solution for Rune. Rune said he's ready to play. He's already in Monte Carlo. That's crazy. How is that possible? Rune's going to play Monte Carlo. Oh, wait, he's already in Monaco. Oh, I thought... Sorry, I thought you said he was playing in Monaco. He was playing in Monaco. You said he's in Monaco. Okay. Yeah, Rune left Doha. He was in Doha last week or 2 weeks ago. I thought you said he was playing in Monaco. He's not on the entry list. But yeah, so if I'm Rune's team, I'm thinking, don't rush back for Roland Garros. It's not worth coming in with no practice coming into a slam. It's crazy. You're going to have a protected ranking anyway. Come in after Wimbledon on those clay events. Play Gstaad, right? Play Bostad. Play Kitzbühel, right? Play those events. And then see how you feel. And then maybe go to America. If you want to play the US Open, you can play that, right? But if I'm Rune's team, I'm not coming back for Wimbledon. I'm not rushing back for that. I think he should probably try and play, because clay should be a little bit more forgiving on his Achilles, I think. You don't want to come back and play on a hard court, and you probably don't want to come back and play 5 sets. Playing a 250 on clay in July when it's not that, not that competitive, right? It's not that big. Most players don't play. I think that's the strat. You play Gstaad, you play Kitzbühel, and then you reassess. And then you go, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad. If he's feeling good, go to Canada. If you're not feeling good, maybe skip the US Open and stay in Europe, and then maybe go to China. I don't know, maybe play in China. But that's how I'm thinking the recovery is going to be. If it's going to be 9 months, which again, I don't think, an Achilles, coming back from an Achilles less than 9 months would be a medical miracle. It depends on how high. I mean, the Achilles could have been fully torn. I mean, I don't know what the extent of the Achilles injury was, but Achilles it doesn't seem like it's, an Achilles is Achilles, right? If you ruptured your Achilles, you're still going to get the surgery. There's still going to be recovery, all that stuff. I think it's optimistic to come back for Roland Garros. Anyways, 3-2. And plus, I'm saying this as a fan, I want him to come back healthy. I don't want him to come back early. I want to see Rune back 100%. I want to see him come back and then play one match or play two matches, but he's not fit, so he comes back and then he withdraws again and he plays. I'd rather him just like take all the time and then come back 100% and play everything. Like, I don't want him to come back for Roland Garros, but then have to withdraw after a match and then not play Wimbledon and then come back and then not play again. Like, I don't want him to come back in. I want him to be back for good when he comes back. As a fan, you want to see him back healthy, right? You want to see him back limping around, We want to see him come back and take down Alcaraz and Sinner. We don't want him to lose first round, because his leg's not 100%. All right, 3-2. By the way, Djokovic is starting up against Draper in about 30 minutes. 3-2. Last year, Alcaraz won Monte Carlo. As that winner goes down the line from Cartel, love 15. If Rune comes back and re-injures the Achilles, it could be a career ending. Well, that's also, right? That's also something to consider. Oh, schedule's out. Where's Dutchy? Dutchy was snapping, was napping. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so I do finish early tomorrow. Oh, interesting schedule. Wow, so Djokovic and Swiatek both got kicked off. They both got kicked off center court. Okay. Fiesens Zverev first. Rybakina. Okay, why is Fiesens Zverev first? Wow, they put Pegula on last. Okay. Nori Alcaraz last match of the night. Okay. What a weird schedule. Sorry, Dutchy, I beat you to it. 15-0. 30-15 as that goes out by Cartel. Okay. Interesting schedule. We're going to watch it all anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but okay. Actually, a good schedule, though. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that because it means I don't have to... it means we can watch... Wait. It means that I can watch... watch Alcaraz and then have plenty of time to go to the footy. That actually works out really well. Good schedule, I think. All right, we're backing up. 40-15. As we're back in a good serve. Cartel in the net on the return. 3-0. All right. Three. All right, back to Cartel. All right, 15 love. All right, 30 love as Cartel serves the fault, second serve. All right, 30-15. As Cartel goes to forehand, Rybakina forehand from Cartel sliced. As we get a forehand rally. Cartel forehand goes wide and it's 30-all. As the return goes into the forehand of Cartel. Rybakina pass, but Cartel, missed the volley. We got a break point, 30-40. 30-40. By the way, chat, nobody reminded me to put the... forgot to put the symbol up. My bad. All right. Break point, Rybakina, 30-40. As Cartel with a good serve. Deuce. We'll get to deuce. As Cartel comes to the net, but Rybakina passes her. Advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. To get the break. As Rybakina return winner. There's the break. 4-3 in the second. Rybakina with a set and a break now. She's 2 games away from the match against Pegula tomorrow. That's going to be really interesting. So Pegula, Rybakina has been a very good rivalry over the time. Very fun rivalry. We got banger matches, chat. We have got very exciting matches. All right. Very exciting matches coming up over the next couple of days. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day. Rybakina taking over the winning ugly role from Coco. I mean, it's not too ugly, you know. All right. All right. All right, here we go. It's going to be Rybakina to serve. All right, as Cartel hits it out, 15 love. As we're nice. 30 love. 30 love. The mixed double starts today. It's already started today, I think. All right, just with a backhand winner. But I think it was long. No, it was in. Cartel's retiring. Cartel's retiring. That's a shame. All right, Rybakina gets through. Cartel looks like a hip issue. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But Cartel unable to continue, and Rybakina gets the win. Man, that's a shame. That's a shame. But she was injured, so she did hurt her leg. And she was unable to finish the job. By the way, thank you, Aiden, for the 29 months. Appreciate that. But that's a shame. She had a good run, though, Cartel. And her ranking, we'll give her a little bit of a boost in the rankings. She's currently ranked number 56. Actually, she went backwards in the rankings. How'd that work? She maintains her ranking of 56 with a good fourth round. But yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. Hopefully she can play Miami. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But it looked like it was a hip issue, left hip. So hopefully she can play Miami and it's not too serious. All right. But we got one more match to go. Djokovic versus Draper. So might be disappointed for the British fans, but you've still got Draper coming up next. But Rybakina gets the win in straight sets. Straight sets. 6-4, 4-3 retirement. And she's playing Pegula tomorrow in the quarterfinals. And yeah, everyone plays tomorrow, by the way. So women and men's quarterfinals, both sides of the draw, all play tomorrow. So we'll be watching Rybakina tomorrow. But next coming up, last match of the fourth round, Djokovic Draper.